All right, guys, how y'all doing? Wow, man. All right, let's see who's in the house, man. Sorry for the technical issues there. Simon Williams, how are you, man? Ben Coombs is in the house. Let's see. Simon Williams, back to Tea Time Live. I've missed it. All right, man. Our Metal Stage is in the house. How are you, man? Thank you for joining. Mr. Bruce is in the house. TWF Ted, morning, Joe. Nothing like some rock and roll to get my Monday started. All right, man. Thank you very much, man. Let's see. Everybody's saying hey to everybody else. That's awesome. Mr. Bruce, love the color of that guitar, Mr. Joe. Yes, we're going to talk about that, sir. We are going to talk about it, absolutely. Big Dan Hall is in the house. I haven't seen Dan in a long time. How you doing, Mr. Dan? Hope the books are all right, man. Mr. Randall Fisher is there. Can y'all hear the guitar okay? Hopefully I might have to tune it. Oh, Lordy. Let's see. Big Dan, Randall Fisher, Our Metal Stage in the house. Let's see. TWF says, morning, everybody. Glad to see everybody. Thank you for being here. There's Dry Heat. Ben says it sounds good. Thank you, man. Yeah, I got the Blackstar right behind the phone here, and it's not really loud. So I didn't want it to be too loud, so I'm just doing the poor man's way today. So, yeah. About this guitar. This guitar is a 2000 Epiphone Les Paul Studio. That's what it is. And it's a 2000, and my father got this for me right before he retired from his job. He retired in 2001. So this was kind of I got it in 2001 excuse me, but it's a 2000 year when it was made. And it's just a basic Epiphone Les Paul Studio. It plays great for what it is, man, I think. Thank you, Mr. Dan. I appreciate it. What the story with this guitar is, I was, hey, there's Jim Guidry. What's up, man? I had taken my mom to an appointment. Excuse me. And it was actually at the salon. And so she was going to be, you know, tied up for a few hours. So I went to this music store that is no longer around. It was called Mars Music. Thank you, Dry Heat. He says he loves it. It's kind of like a, I don't know what you would call it, man. Like some kind of turquoise green or a surf green or something. I'm not quite sure what you would call it, man. So I went to Mars Music. This was in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I walked in, and they had 3 of them sitting on like these little podiums, right? They had 3 of them. They had one with the pickups like this, the black humbuggers, and they had the other 2 that had the chrome covers. And I just didn't care for the chrome covers, you know. And Dry Heat says it's a 57 Chevy color. Is it really? And so they had 3. And so I saw them sitting there, and there was $199. And see, they was closing out all these. They was having this big blowout sale because they were closing the store down, right? And they had 3 of them. They were $199 a piece, and I was like, that's a Gibson. Well, you know, I know it's not a Gibson. It's made by Gibson, but it's, you know, Epiphone, right? But I said, I've never had any kind of Gibson or Epiphone. I've never had one of those, you know. So I picked it up and played it, and I loved it, you know. I noticed that the fretboard was a little bit wider than a Strat, you know. It's just the way Epiphone and Gibson are, right? And so a few hours went by. It was time to go pick up my mother, so I went and picked her up. And by that time, my father got off work, and we went to dinner. We went to eat supper, and my father asked me what I'd done for the day. And I said, I went to this music store, you know, and saw this cool guitar, you know. He's like, well, let's go check it out. And so we went. And when we got back to the music store, you know, this is considerable time had passed by. You know, it's probably a good 5 hours or so. When you walked in the front door, remember I told you they had 3 of them up front. Well, now they just had 2. You know, and in that time frame, somebody had came in and bought the other one with the chrome things, I believe. So only had 1 left, and I said, there it is right there. You know, Dad said, pick it up. Have you played it? I said, yeah, I played it. You know, he said, all right. I was shocked. You know, I was like, huh? You know, so they got it for me, and and it being the color that it is, my mom picked out the strap. And it's got like, I don't know if you'd call that lizards or chameleons or whatever, but she goes, the green matches your guitar. So my mom picked out the strap, and so it's a part of my parents, you know. That's why I always keep this guitar, you know. Even though it was $199, the sentimental value is huge, right? It's huge. Ben says, is that a pearl pickguard? Yes it is. Yes, there you go. You can probably see it better that way. Yeah. I never really paid that no attention. Yeah. Yeah, man, having fun. Big Dan says, a cool strap. Thanks, man. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Dan. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's the story of this guitar, man. I've never really talked about it. I mean, I've talked about it before. It's been some time back, but I've never really just broke it out and played it and shared it with anybody. I've just kind of picked it up and showed it. But, you know, for what it is, man, it's a great guitar, you know, and it was my very first Epiphone. Got it in 2001. And, you know, like I said, my parents got it for me, so I've had it ever since, and I'll never part with it. Let's see, Mr. Ted, I think, has a question. Just curious, Joe, does it say if it's made in China or Korea? Well, let's take a look. Let me see. I believe it's made in China. There was a sticker on there and I took it off. I want to say it's made in China. I want to say. I could be wrong, man. I'm sorry, Ted. There was a sticker. You can see the remnants of the where it was there, and I took it off right there. So I can't remember. What it said, man. I guess I should have left it. I don't know. Randall Fisher says, "What pedals are you using, Joe?" Yes, sir. Using the same 3 pedals I always use, which is the Vox Wah, the Blues Driver, and the EP Booster by Exotic. That is the 3 pedals that I'm using. Those are the 3 pedals I'm using. I can't speak this morning. Ben Coombs says, read off the serial number if you don't mind, and I'll check. Okay. The serial number is the letter I, 000091696. That's what it says. So I couldn't tell you if it was made in Korea or China, man. I do not remember. Yeah, Ted, man, I'm sorry I couldn't tell you anything. Showman Blues, hey, man, how are you? How are you doing? Try heat. My mom bought me my first Gibson V in 1980 when I was 12. Sure, his comments fade. Oh, you wish? I think he put with. I think he meant wish. Oh man, you don't have it anymore, Dry Heat? A Gibson Blind V in 1980 when he was 12. Oh man, so I take it you don't have it anymore? Oh my goodness. I mean, correct me, Mr. Dry Heat, if I'm wrong, man. I'm thinking you put the word with in there, and I think you meant to put wish. I'm guessing. Randall Fisher says, cool, the Blues Driver sounds awesome. Thank you, Mr. Randall. Yeah, it does. I've had that pedal for... I've had it for a while, man. I've had it for... I couldn't tell you, man. So you go in and just... We're doing the bridge pickup, right? So let's go ahead and throw it on the neck and hit the Blues Driver, right? So now we're on the neck, so let's do it... Not bad. It's not bad sounding at all, man. I'm trying to get my knob straight here. Okay, Ben, there you go. It is built in Korea at the something plant, September of 2000. Korea. So it's made in Korea, Mr. Ted. Thank you, Ben, for checking that out, man. I appreciate you didn't have to go through that, man. I know that's a lot of trouble. Thank you for looking into that. Oh, Dry Heat, he traded his V for an 82 Ibanez Destroyer. Oh, wow. So do you still have the Destroyer? Do you still have that? Holy smokes. Mr. Showman Blue said he got his first Les Paul. Oh, wait a minute. Your first Les Paul is coming today? It's a Les Paul Custom, was that light? Oh, wow. Congratulations, man. Thank you, Showman. He goes, nice studio, Joe. Love the color. Thanks, man. And there you go. Mr. Ben just pointed out it is definitely, I could tell it was a 2000, but I just didn't know where it was made. So, yes, Ted says, nice. Thanks, Ben. Korean built is good quality, really good. Okay. That's awesome to know. That's awesome to know, because I sure as hell didn't know. That's great, man. That's great. Yeah, Jim Guidry says, congrats, Showman Blues, on the new Les Paul coming. That's you'll love it, man. And I've been watching a lot of stuff lately about, there's still videos coming out about Gibson, because they're filing bankruptcy. If y'all have kept up with that, so they're going to get bought out by somebody, because there's too much going on. But see, the models they've been putting out lately, according to this video I saw last night, I can't remember the gentleman's name. He's got like white, silver hair, and he's like this big time record producer and stuff, and he lives in Atlanta. And I can't remember his channel name, man. I just started watching his videos recently, and he really knows his stuff, man. He is really knowledgeable. And oh man, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he had some guys from some experts on Gibson that was with him on this video, and they were talking about the downfall of Gibson and they were showing the models they were coming out with, I guess, recently. They were horrible, man. The color schemes on them, awful. It was just horrible. Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. It seems like Gibson has news to share every week. It's sad, really. It really is. It's sad, man, because Gibson, they're getting into other areas, right? From what I understand, of like, what didn't they buy out Phillips? Was it Phillips they bought out? Something. They're getting into all this stuff, man, and they need to concentrate on what made that brand great. Great quality guitars, and not whatever they're doing now. It's gotten, to me, it's just, from what I'm looking at, it's just gotten crazy, but the ones I have, I only have one Gibson, and that was from Center. And great guitar, man. It's like a 90s, I think a 92. And it's great, man. A great guitar. And but my Epiphones, I gotta get situated here. My Epiphones, I have this one. I have the Dirty Lemon Burst. And I have the Zakk Wylde model. And I'm gonna tell you what, man. I've never had a problem with Epiphone. Never. And they play great, man. And you'll see a lot of artists, working musicians playing Epiphones, man. You really will, because they can afford it, and it's great quality. I think it plays great myself, man. Tri-Heat says consistent quality. Tri-Heat, do you still have the 82 Explorer? You said you traded. You might have answered. Maybe I missed it. You said you traded that V for the 82 Explorer. Do you still have that? I'm hoping you do. I hope you do, man. Golly. Yeah, so yeah, it's crazy what Gibson's been coming out with lately, man. It's crazy, but what it is what it is, they'll learn sooner or later. Sooner or later, you know, who knows, man. That's the thing, the cool thing with the Gibson, man, is, or Epiphone or whatever, you know the trick, right? The kill switch trick. You know, everybody's putting these kill switches in, which is cool, but if you have one of these, you don't have to, man. Sit there, you can just hit a note, and you cut your neck pickup off. Randy Rhoads did this a lot, right? So you can use it as a kill switch, right? Something's out. These strings are the same strings for a long time. So you need to check it, because something is out bad. There we go. See what I tell you? Woo wee. But it's fun. It's fun to play, man. This guitar is fun to play. I haven't played it in a long time. Been a while. Just wanting to go sharp on me. There we go. I think we're good now. All right, man. Let's see. Let me see here. Mr. Bruce, sorry I'm not typing as much. I'm on my phone and my woman's home for lunch. Hey, that's okay, Mr. Bruce, man. Priorities first, man. Always put your woman first. That's right. Oh, Dry Heat, you said that you don't have it. You don't have it no more. Is that right? You don't have it? You said, only in my dreams wish I knew what I know now. Young and foolish. Hey, man, we've all been there. We've all been there. Oh, let's see. I'm just checking out these comments, y'all. It says my dog is going nuts in there. Which guitar of yours gets the most playtime, Joe? Right now, I would say the Sterling by Music Man right now. Probably gets the most playtime right now. Yeah. Hang on, I'll show you, man, because I don't have too many wires hooked up today, so it shouldn't be too bad to break out, right? Shouldn't be too bad. I'm just hoping nothing's going to fall. Yeah, so usually, and I love these Gator gig bags too, man. Usually right now, this one gets the most playtime right now. The Sterling. And, which I'm not really prepared. Always got to have the whammy bar. And I got a new strap for this. It came last week. It's a Joe Satriani strap. You can tell it's got the built-in strap locks right here. It's got a button you slide. It's got built-in strap locks. And that's a Satriani strap. So yeah, right now this gets the most playtime. You know, because sometimes you'll switch back and forth, right? From one guitar to another, and because for a while there it was nothing but the Wolfgang specials, you know, getting all the playtime. And then I picked this one up and started playing it some, and I kept playing it more and more and more. It's just a comfortable, it's like I talked about in my vlog when I was out there outside. Was that Saturday? It's just a comfortable guitar to play, man. It's so comfortable. It's easy for me to maneuver on. So right now, this is getting a lot of playtime. Right now, yeah. You can tell too, because I tune this sucker up, yeah. We're gonna play it, but so let's see, man. What do we got? Let me put this one back. Plug this one up. Sorry for the connection stuff here. Alright, let's put this one over here for a minute. So there's the Epiphone, man. Great sounding guitar. So now we're on to the one that gets the most playtime for now. Tell a little bit of a difference. So yeah, there you go, man. Just it's fun, you know. Let's get back to the chat. Dry Heat says, I just got the kill switch for my Wolfgang standard. Not going to route the body, just going to remove the tone pot and put it in its place. There you go. That's what I would do too. That's exactly what I would do, man. Mr. Bruce says that strap looks great. Thank you, Mr. Bruce. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Big Dan Hall says, love the guitar, Joe. Yes, it's made by the same company, Big Dan, as the purple one of yours over there. This was just a upgraded version, right? You got your Floyd Rose or Floyd Rose style tremolo. You know, it says Sterling on it, so it's not really a Floyd Rose license. You know what I mean? So it says Sterling right there. So it's just for the money. You can't beat it on this guitar, man. That's why I was saying if something happened and I was able to do something with music, which I know I can't, I would endorse these guitars, man, because, you know, when you see a guitar player that you like and they're playing a signature model or endorsing a guitar, you know, usually it's really expensive. But these guitars here, man, I could endorse this. People can afford this. You know, it's a brand new one's going to run you about $330. And if you set it up right, it's fine, you know. The thing I love is when you move this pickup selector switch one notch up right there, it sounds like it's out of phase single coils, you know. It's got So I love that. I love that sound. I mean, when I first did that, I was like, God almighty, that sounds like a killer Strat, you know? So there's all kind of cool combinations with this guitar, man. You know? And I love the flame top. Jim says, beautiful guitar, Joe. Thank you, Jimbo. I think Jim was looking at one. It was like a purple. That's Dan's guitar. A blue. Like a turquoise blue or something. TWF says that Sterling sounds awesome. I know the quality control on those is superb. You're right, Mr. Ted. I mean, I was blown away, man. And you know where I first played one at? I first played one at none other than Guitar Center. It was hanging up on the used rack over there, you know. And I said, let me try that, you know. And I went and tried it. And of course, when you get a guitar at Guitar Center, man, it's never really set up. They just take them out of the box and they hang them up, right? You know, and so you're kind of left to your own devices to see how it feels. If you've been playing for a while, you know, you'll know that, well, if this is set up properly, it's going to be a really fine playing guitar, right? So I saw it at Guitar Center, not this one, but one just like it. Saw it at Guitar Center and played it, and I was like, man, this. Of course, it wasn't set up, like I said, but I played it, and I said, man, that really sounds good, you know, and so I put it back, and I went on Reverb.com and found it, and it was used, but it was in excellent condition, and it was $200 plus $25 shipping, so I got it for $225, and it came a few days later, and it came. I want to say it came from a music store in Texas, and I'm telling you, man, whatever they done, the store it came from, they set it up. They knew what they were doing. The guitar tech there, he's a good tech because he set it up perfect. The action's great on it and everything. I'm getting caught up here in cables. So it's a good setup can go a long way, man. That's what I'm saying. You can set up, if you know how to do a basic setup. If you don't know how to do a basic setup, get on YouTube here, man, and look up how to do a basic setup on an electric guitar. It's not hard. It took me a while to learn, but I finally learned. And now I can do all my setups, you know, and it's, man, you want to talk about making a difference? It makes a huge difference. So yes, Mr. Ted, it is superb, man, for the money. It's really superb. Thank you, our Metal Stage Center. Thank you, man. He says, nice guitar. Thank you, sir. Big Dan says, my purple guitar is jealous. Yeah, it's sitting right there, man, on the stand, yeah. And that's a good guitar for, what was it, $199 brand new? I don't even know if they make those anymore. I know they still make these. They're still around. You find them on Reverb all day long. That's right, Ted. He says it reminds me of the PV Wolfgang special. Well, it reminds me of not the Wolfgang special, but it reminds me of the Ernie Ball Music Man that Eddie had before he came out with the Wolfgang series. You know what I'm saying? It reminds me of the Ernie Ball Music Man. That's what it reminds me of. I guess because the design, and because it is an Ernie Ball product. You know, I mean, this is, you know, Sterling by Music Man. So they was able to keep the rights for the body design, the same design as the Ernie Ball Music Man, you know, that Eddie had. You know, it's just the volume and the tone are side by side instead of offset, and the pickup selector is straight across instead of diagonal. Oh, big deal, you know. It's not a real big deal. of fun, man. A lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah, Big Dan loves the purple OOP over there. He loves that one a lot too. It's a great guitar, man. It's pretty much the same as this. It just doesn't have a Floyd Rose. It's just a standard. It's got a tremolo on it, but it's, you know, something like you'd see on a Fender, right? Something like that. So yeah, this guitar has been getting a lot of playtime lately. A whole lot. That stuff in so long, man. Dry Heat says he's wanting a Tele Deluxe with the huge Strat headstock. Oh wow, Teles are great, man. I have a couple of those myself. Teles are awesome. Now the one Tele I got, it's got those vintage style tuners on it, and I gotta replace those, man. I guess I'll do some hip shop tuners on that, you know, sometime down the road. You know, we'll do that. So, yeah. A lot of fun, man. Playing guitar is a lot of fun. It's a blast, man. I love it, you know. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for me today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Had a lot of fun. I get ready to jet out of here, man. I got to get to work. Going back to Savannah now. That's a long story. Anyway, so thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate your time. God bless y'all. Take care. If you're watching on the replay, man, check out the subscribe button. Subscribe. Here's another video for you. Until next time, this is Joe for the Joe Wentz Project TV. See ya. Bye-bye.